This video is sponsored by the Scrapping Cottage, where cottage cuts are always blooming. Hi everybody, it's Janet with SugarShine Designs here today for the CottageCutz channel, and I'm going to show you these three beautiful tags that I made with the new tag set for the holidays from CottageCutz. It's called Christmas Tags, and there are three different tags that I have made here today. Now here's the first one. It's called Merry Christmas, and I've used a lot of different elements with this one as well as with the other two, but I've used the smaller tag that comes in the set and put it on top of a tag that I already had in my stash and then decorated it all up. Here's the second one. This one is called No Peeking. Isn't that cute? I love that it's called No Peeking, and it has the peeking on the edge like it's peeking. And you know, this was fun because I used a lot of multimedia items on here. I used some gold paste for the stars, and also I used some liquid perler for artificial pearl effects. This was created using the perler pen. And I'm going to put one on here because originally I had one there, and I guess I touched it or something before it dried because it needed to be replaced. Now this is the third one, and I think my favorite one. It says From Santa, and it's pinkish and red, and it has all these lovely accents on it. So let's take a look again at these three tags together. This was a multimedia project that I've been wanting to try for a little while. Lots of things that I could incorporate into a small project. So here are the three tags cut out from this CottageCutz sets, and below that you're going to see all the little elements that also come with this set. So you can decorate it up with those. I chose not to do that this time around because what I wanted to do was use my new Distress Oxide inks that I'd gotten, and I wanted to experiment with those a little bit. Now this first tag is the No Peeking tag. I used the three colors of worn lipstick, broken china, and wilted violet. And I really loved how easy it was to use and blend this new Distressed Oxide ink. I guess it's not really so new. I mean, it's been around since at least the summer, but I finally got around to buying some of it. And really blends nice. People tell you it's creamy, and it's right. That is exactly right. It's very, very creamy. As opposed to the other distressed ink, which kind of just sucked into your paper, and it was hard to blend around. So I played around with this quite a bit until I felt like the blending was good. And to make the tags stick in place, I just used some painter's tape. I think I showed that in the beginning, where I created a loop of painter's tape and set it down. So this is the next one. We have Fired Brick, Faded Jeans, and the last one was Peel Paint. Yes, Peel Paint. Now I will tell you, I was hoping to go for more of a traditional red and green with a little blue accent on this one, but I'll tell you that the Fired Brick is much more orange than I expected, and the Peel Paint is also more brown than I expected. It still made a pretty combination, but it was not quite the one I was looking for. So let's go on to the next one. This one is the From Santa, and I used primarily Fired Brick and tried to highlight with cracked pistachio, and that worked pretty well too. It really is so creamy, it sits on top of the other colors, so it worked just fine. You know, I probably should apologize too for my ugly mat that I have here, but this is, you know, this is something I use a lot, so I apologize, but it's well worn. Now I wanted to show you that I used some creamy paste. This is the first time I've ever used creamy paste. I didn't practice really with it just once to see how it kind of worked out. But what I did was I used the negative space on my die cut to use it as a template, and I put on these little snowflakes using this gold paste. This is CM metallic gold. So it worked pretty nicely. So while you're watching me do this, I was just going to tell you more about how I put these together. I used entirely things from my stash. I just went in and pulled every little thing that I thought would be fun to use. The only thing that was brand new in this that I bought were these little bows. Both the green and the red came from the Dollar Tree. For $1, I think there was about 20 or so of these in red and green. Excellent deal, and they're very, very cute. They also don't shed any glitter or anything. I wondered about that, and if you did, they do not. They do not shed, which is great. I also use lots of sequins. I used pearl and gem accents as well as liquid pearl accents. I used shapes that resembled snowflakes in both gold, and also I had a brad in this blue snowflake look that you see in the end product on the Merry Christmas die, or the Merry Christmas tag rather. And again, just used a ton of different fibers to create the hang tag part of it. And overall, you just get a really fun appearance with this. Now you'll see that I began to spray because I wanted these to have even more texture to them. And so I used a red Heidi Swap spray there. And then I used a Sukaniko shimmer spritz in copper on top of that. And after I spritzed them, I just patted them down. Now this one I used water, and water really reacts a lot with the Oxide inks, as you can see there. Created a whole different look. And then I sprayed some gold spray on top of that from Hero Arts. It's just gives it such pretty shine and shimmer. And this one's kind of funny, guys. I kind of ruined this one, really. I used a dark blue shimmer spray, but it just splattered over the whole thing. Oops. Yeah, so there went my different colors, and I ended up with just blue. So then I thought, well, maybe a little red would be nice, but no, all the red did was make it more purple. It still turned out pretty, and it has a gorgeous sheen to it in real life, but it's quite different from what I intended. Well, thank you everyone for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed seeing all these different mixed media things that I put on these tags. And do try putting a tag on top of a tag next time you make one. It makes it bigger and more grand and more fun with all these different layers. I'll be back again before too long, but if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And until then, bye-bye.